Alright, here we go. Spawning in the top right hand side. Representing blue team, our Protoss player from Silver League, it is Beninator. And the top left hand side, representing red team, and all things Terran, it is Insaz. This one's for you, Mom! Hell yeah, I'm going! Okay.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Alright, so, for this map, I have good and bad memories, because Wings of Liberty, you know, a lot of 4 gates and such. But I don't remember much else.
5-Rack Reaper?
5-Rack Reaper works on this map?
Kind of. I tried making it work in Dreampool, and it's
the travel time just seems a little too long. It's not like Heavy Rain, man. Heavy Rain was...
Heavy Rain was good.
Yeah.
You gonna pause or... Okay.
Oh, we got a bit of a situation here. Well, let's keep talking about this map. All I know about this map from Dreampool is that, holy crap, is a Terran favorite against Zerg. This is like the most Terran favored map in the history of mankind. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Just,
as
no way to take an
Terran
engagement.
and a Zerg player.
Hold on.
Same sounds. OS. We refs.
Hey, we are refs. I just sent him the command, maybe it'll work that way. Find out in just a minute. Hold on, did you switch the scene, baby?
Did I didn't do it well.
Oh. Good man. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're back in the game. Holy, look at the APM difference.
There's some APM.
What is he doing? This is insane!
Protoss requires a lot of control,
He
as
has
I found out.
440 actions!
I know! That's what I needed last game. I couldn't keep up.
Holy god, that guy has 300 something actions! What the hell is going on? Oh man, okay, well. Suddenly these guys spiked, and that was that. I don't even have that much APM, man. I want that much APM. Well, so far it is looking like 4 game.
Clarification, I'm not sure if that was said before. Yeah, we have a Silver League.
This looks like 4 game, to be honest.
It might be.
It all comes down to the
go-to
third
builds to learn at the start. It really teaches you the importance as a Protoss of how refining your build can really improve the outcome of like when you're warping things in when you hit your. So it's a good place to start as Protoss, but I don't know if you can necessarily call 4 gate right now. But that's a pretty quick cycle. Maybe you are right. See what time the gateway went down?
Yes, it was a 13 gateway. He is investing more chrono boost than usual into this. I mean, usually you only want 2 chrono boosts if you're doing 4 gate, but we don't even know if it's a 4 gate or not. So I'm gonna stop talking and let's take a look at Terran.
You kind of been pretty hard on the 4 gate there. Okay, let's talk about the Terran player. So we've gone for a Reaper expand here. He's pulled a couple of guys, or one of the guys out of gas.
One, yeah. If he pulls the second one off gas, we know for a fact that it's gonna be a 3 racks. But so far, with only one on gas, this is leaning towards 1-1-1 after expand. This is a mind drop build. Could be.
That's pretty cool. I always enjoyed the kind of mind drop pressure against Protoss. It seemed like that was one of the few ways where you could start dictating and pushing the Protoss around. If you just try normal, just stim up the front, that's hit and miss sometimes, depending on how it goes, especially on this map, because the ramp to the natural is 2 force fields wide, so that's pretty easy to block if you're a Terran player who wants to go and trade his bio for a bunch of probes and the Protoss army. So that being said, it doesn't seem to be a 1-1-1 setup with the second barracks.
Is this guy really Silver League? I mean, like his build is looking very crisp, very refined, looking absolutely fantastic.
Pretty good nowadays.
Yeah, man, this is absolutely amazing. Bit of a supply block Carino though. Unfortunately, you're supposed to get that second depot before your second barracks, from what I understand, unless you lose your scouting SCV, and he did not lose his scouting SCV. That Reaper is looking everywhere. I don't think he realizes that close spawns are a possibility. Now, he's realizing it now, jetting it off immediately to the enemy base.
Yeah, so originally close spawns were a possibility, but when you had scenarios like BlizzCon where MVP decides to 2-racks an ST using MVP's own main base as the proxy's location, you realize that close spawns on maps like this and Metalopolis are not so great, so Blizzard got rid of that. Nowadays, it is a left versus right map, so you can spawn like this setup, or you can spawn cross. Being said,
there used to be a pathway between these two, right? Like you could like just go down the rocks.
Used to be a pathway between these two as well. Like on the top, there were destructible rocks on a ramp for both teams. That was a big in the neck. It also used to be a 2v2 map.
Did it? This?
Yep.
You know what? As far as 2v2 maps go, I'm gonna say this isn't as bad as I've seen them. You know, you can take a natural, you can wall yourself off there. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you get 3 bases. That's not too bad. I mean,
Sure, yeah. What do we have in the rotation now? I mean, we got the one where you
well,
die
there's
to a tank push at your main line.
2v2s, actually.
That's true. Preservation is by far my favorite, but I digress. This is looking. The Double Tech Lab tells me that he wants to do a very strong Marine Marauder timing early pre-Medivacs, and that's exactly what it looks like so far. Concussive shells and stim being researched. And I'm anticipating double Marauder production to begin any moment now.
Yeah, we have to up the description quality for the time being because we have some video problems again.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Recurring issue. So for the Protoss player going down, we have the very fast robotics bay going up to Colossus on 2 bases.
Dude, you know what this is? This is like those old school radio broadcasts of sports games, man. You remember those?
There was for esports as well, like Warcraft 3, Caldor, he would originally do audio broadcasts for that stuff. So yeah, you got to be good at this stuff, right? It's
all right. Well,
difficult.
then it's
so we
all
got the
about
first Colossus.
how much we can talk. Yeah, well, the first Colossus is being Chrono Booster out right now, and it's going to be out well before the Terran does his stim timing, who by now has already started combat shields. The Marine Marauder timing, group is already climbing into the around almost 20, and with Engineering Bay up. And I imagine a factory to follow, he will be transitioning into standard MMM, and here comes the move out. It is going to be a force of 4 Marauders. And I believe that is 13 Marines, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 4 Marauders and 13 Marines. And all that is left there to contest him is 2 Stalkers, essentially a Mothership Core, and a single Colossus without range. This is going to be a rather difficult defense for Beninator, and I predict him either having to lend some significantly crazy force fields, or he's going to have to use...
we'll have 2 force fields, so if he moves the sentry down a little bit right now, can force field, but it's already too late. He's gonna stim up here, and he can do whatever he wants right now.
And he's the stim. He's gonna focus that Colossus down right away. There's the photon overcharge, and the Colossus does escape barely to the time. A bit of miss micro. That Colossus just is eating these Marines apart, but it does get taken out, and now there is nothing left to contest this. A warband of Stalkers desperately trying to stabilize and isolates them. Very nice force here, but these 3 Marines with combat shields are going absolutely ham in the middle line. 7 probes already killed. Beninator needs to respond, locked out by his own force field. There's the response. And at the end of the day, can we say, was it worth it? And I really have to say, I think it was.
At what cost?
At what cost?
Yeah. Both players seem to be pretty even right now.
Yes. Killing a Colossus and the core, all the accompanying tech, I mean... I don't know, man. Like, it's... Trading out your bio army to kill his tech and a few probes is the ideal circumstance, really, for all Terran players. And being up workers, that's an even better bonus. It's absolutely fantastic. And the crazy thing is behind it, Insights didn't even float. I mean, when I was in Silver, hell, right now, if I did that sort of attack, I'd be floating like crazy. But
I do that right now anyway.
Under control, yeah. Everything looks absolutely under control. This looks great.
Yeah, landing the starport on the reactor now, going to be pumping medevacs, going up to the 5 racks before the 3rd command center. That's an option you can do once you're on the 3 racks and starport. Do you want to go 5 racks? Do you want to go 3rd command center? I think that the 5 racks is always going to be a safer option, but if you can get away with the 3rd command center, that's another thing to try out. We got the +1 range coming down for the Terran player as well, and medevac's just coming out now. 2nd Colossus is also coming out for Beninator. So at this stage, we got to wonder, what is the next step for Beninator? Are we going to be seeing a 3rd base? Because we don't have any forges yet, so there's no upgrades coming down. The Terran's already halfway done on his.
It's scary to see how far Silver has come, you know? Like, if I took a screenshot of this game right now of this base, like, this would be like basically Diamond League in 2010 or 2011, you know? Like, the differences we now is
what
ridiculous.
I was saying in the cast, like, when I was Diamond Protoss originally in 2010, when I mass recalled all my probes into the other guy's main base because he was in my base and I killed his battle cruiser that he was making on one base, and it re-expanded to his main to kill his natural, which was a planetary, and then I got promoted to Diamond. These guys are literally way better than that.
But
I would lose to these guys if you put 2010 Diamond me in.
what? Hold on, wait. There's some force fields, but Colossus can smash that right down. I think that was a little bit overeager from Beninator. Does he have range is the question. He does actually have range, so he should be able to break this down. 2 Colossus absolutely will decimate. And I think he wanted to hit before +1's finish, but now with +1, Insaz probably should be able to hold with a bit of a SCV pull. But Ben
Yeah, we
is
do
just going
have-
to play a little bit safer.
He's going up to 7 gateways though, so if he wants to increase that to 8 gateways, he's definitely going to be going all in. 7, you still have the option of taking the 3rd base if you'd like, but still really scary. And with the Observer over here on top of the ramp, he can decide
Here
when
we
he wants to fight
go.
this.
He sees everything. There's a stim. Insaz desperately trying to form a concave, but the power of Protoss is a little bit too strong. He needs to pull workers, otherwise he's going to be absolutely decimated. That Guardian Shield keeping everything alive. Every single Marine he's making is absolutely starting to melt. He needs Vikings, he needs absolutely anything, but now 2 Colossus in the back, showing no mercy.
Colossus improvising. It
Improvise,
passes right
block
through.
the Colossus.
Please.
You
Come
can't see
on.
the Colossus. The first Viking does come out, but Stalker reinforcements put a quick end to that, and now when it surrounded the Colossus, he gets the first one. He does get the first Colossus, and what? No! Oh, that is an absolute disaster. Really bad luck there for a Terran player. Natural decimated, desperately round pile. Everything is being overqueued. He needs Vikings. Forget Marines. You need Vikings, baby. Come on, man. You gotta make some Vikings. This defense is looking worse and worse by the second, and this rally is sending every single man to their deaths. And with that, I don't think there's any way out. Insaz taps out. Blue team making it look easy. GG by Ben
Nerf
Leader.
blue, man. Nerf blue.
What is the score of blue at this point?
Like 6 or 7, I think.
Well, I won one for red team, I believe. All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great game, absolutely fantastic game, and that game alone just shows how far Silver has come. So when we come back, we'll be looking at a Gold League game. So please stay tuned. Alright, here we go. Spawning in the top center position of the smokiest map on ladder. Representing clan RIT, all things Terran, and red team, it is Crankcat. On the bottom center hand position. Bottom center position. Representing clan Templar Assassin. Roxas. Alright. Now, I know you might have played on this map once or twice for the All Inspirational Invitational, right?
I have.
Which you were a Terran though. You were not a Zerg. So I'm going to first ask for your Terran perspective.
The Terran perspective, the in-base natural is kind of nice from a Terran point of view, I guess.
Yes.
To hold. The third base, though.
Bad, good, ugly.
Very wide open. I'm not really sure how many tanks you need yet to secure that against Roach Hydra.
I don't think you secure it against Roach Hydra. You just pray and cry, mostly.
But yes, but that doesn't help you win.
No, praying helps.
That just
No, praying helps.
Yeah,
Trust me. Have you ever been to America?
yeah.
They think praying solves everything, man. But
yeah,
you're all-
but in Europe we like to anyway.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you actually like to win. And from the Zerg perspective, this is a relatively easy to hold on to 3-base map,
I
right?
love this. He's expanding outside first, so therefore he can get the creep spread outside first, and he has an incredibly easy third base because it's free. You see this? You see this sometimes in pro games on Nimbus. If you want to go back and check a few of those out, this is really cool. I like that.
I will say, our turn player, once he scouts us, he might be more inclined to be more aggressive. Let's see where it takes us. He's not SCV scouting, it's just going to be a straight Reaper scout, and the way he's pathed it, I don't even think it's going to see the... I don't think he's even going to see the natural. He might run to the natural and see, oh my god, he's one-basing me. You know?
Yeah,
it is
but then you run into the main and you see no gas currently. He might take gas very shortly here, but right now you'd see cool. So it isn't really done. You're not scared of a one-base slow zergling all in. Let's just lay that out there. You have a wall.
Not always. Didn't you see EJK's game? He didn't have a wall. He's in Grandmaster.
That wasn't a one-base slow zergling all in.
He would have died to it, though. Come on, did you see what 6 Zerglings did to him?
Yeah, they got a few Marines. Well, we do have the command center coming down here for Crankcat in the natural. We'll be following that up with the reactor and the factory, nice and standard here. Looks like we're not going to be seeing any kind of very fast tank or Banshee because of the lack of a second gas for Crankcat.
Yes.
So
I love that
I
observation.
imagine it'll be a pretty fast third CC here, although he does also have the opportunity going for things like a fast starport for Vikings and or medevacs to drop stuff like Hellbats, Banshees, Banshee drops, boys. We don't mind is what I meant. The other cloak unit.
This is the exact same build I use on ladder. I taught it to Crankcat. Well, I introduced it to Crankcat a while back. So I'm actually surprised to see that he's... Wait, no, hold on. It's not the exact same build I'm doing. Something is different. The second gas is not usually taking its time. At 23 supply, there's usually a... how you say it? There is usually a command center. So we could possibly see a starport follow this up right now. There's the starport. Okay. So far, we have either two options. This is either going to be some sort of Hellbat timing, or it's going to be the Marine. Oh, no, that's a tech lab. It could be Banshees.
I think it's going to be Banshees. With the Reaper Scout that's gone in, he's seen no base in the back end. He's seen the base out the front. He's seen a late geyser come down. He's seen no gas in the main. At this stage, I think Crankcat is suspecting that roaches may be a thing. So we might see a Marauder pop out of this tech lab, but I'm also suspecting it to lift off as we're not seeing Stim start yet, and he's going to be making a Banshee out of this to help against the roaches.
But here is the reason why you usually don't go for this sort of, like, you don't open in the innovation style into this. You can see he's really pressed for money. He can't afford 2 workers, 2 Hellions, and Cloak Shees at the same time. It's really expensive to do this. Alright, well, now we're going to see, will he get Cloak? This is a really big turning point for him. If he gets Cloak, he needs to commit to more than 1 Banshee. And this is a nice little run by down here. The Queen stepping into position. Put it away.
one of the vulnerabilities of opening this way that Roxas did. This is looking to shape up to be at this stage a 1-1 speed roach timing. At least that kind of opening. Missing the roach warren, but it should be 1 upgrades. There we go. Then melee actually. Okay. Either way, opening up without link speed is pretty vulnerable to these kind of the Hellion run by timings. You don't really have anything to defend with, so
You have a Roach
go
Warren?
the
I mean,
Hellions.
if you don't have link speed, I almost expect you to have a Roach Warren, but that's a really big run by going in. 4 Hellions go in, seeing no speed, no wall off, they dart right in. Getting 3-4 workers so far, and I think they're just gonna run out. For 4 Hellions, he traded for 4 drones, whoa, 6 drones, he traded a lot of Hellion health, but he's gonna go in for another big run by, and that one's hurting even more. It's up to 11, 12, 14. Frankcat absolutely pulling his opponent apart. 14 drones killed,
but you
not a
just
single
lost
one
tab.
lost.
A perfect game so far. Never
Is
mind.
absolutely, he's lost nothing. Oh,
Ah,
you jinxed it. You freaking jinxed
I
it. Why would
jinxed
you?
it. I did.
I'm trying to root for the Zerg here. What can I say?
Nope.
Bias.
Root for red team. Red team is getting hammered right now, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, that's true. That being said, that was a huge amount of damage there by Crankcat. Crankcat is very happy. At this stage, Roxas just wanted to be making a few units here to try and keep himself alive. I would still think you want a few roaches if you're going to open gasless. Even if you want to go Lingbane neuter, it's okay to make like 6 or 7 roaches just to stay alive with. It's
Once
also
this
really nice
cloak sheet
because
comes into play, though, like, there's no spore. There's not even a queen at the natural. He's going to have to abandon it completely. This is going to be really bad. And I imagine Crankcat will, at the same time, do a run by into the 3rd domain. He's going to kill a lot more than 21 drones. There's the run by moving into position. This is going to draw the queens out. See, immediately the queens are beginning to converge on this position. And the Banshee goes right in, starts racking up those kills. We're going to see the worker kill count pop up. There it is. And Crankcat, any moment now, yep, he's going to move those Hellions into position. He's going to sweep around. He's going to go right for the 3rd. There's so many workers there right now. And that Banshee has killed 7 workers. There's a lot more than 7's about to die, I'll tell you that much. There's
this
the first
is
ball.
brutal. So many drones going down. He's lining them up. Korean
Oh
barbecue
my god,
is
this
here.
is absolutely brutal. 17 workers killed, and this Banshee still is doing damage. Into the main now. 5 Hellions, more than enough. And Rox is saying, you know what? I think I might be slightly dead. 21 drones dead, and it's still going on. There's only 17 left alive.
I mean, if you kill all the drones, the Zerg can't make any units.
That
What a
is true.
baller. Roxas is saying he'll just make more. I like that.
It's hard to make more when you and a cloak sheet. Oh, it's gonna pick up the queen. And once the queens are dead, there is nothing more. I like how he's targeting the full energy queen, the one that cannot tread. Sorry.
Yeah, it can't
There's
heal
no chance he
itself.
will. Exactly.
Wow, this game. I
Is-
still stand by what I say. I really like that Roxas took the 3rd base outside because you can see his creep spread is already pretty ridiculous, and this is gold as well. Reminder.
Metabolic speed about to kick in right as he intercepts the Hellions, and there's the wrap around, but using the terrain very smartly is Crankcat. Saves all the Hellions, and he intercepts with do more. A squad of Marines pick off the remainder, and a wall. This attack, you can't deter an attack any more cleaner than that. He didn't lose anything. And now a Hellion counterattack. This Banshee finally does fall, but at what cost? This Hatchery's almost dead. A single
Fine,
double drop there
we
will
have the
pick it
queen
off.
run by, walking across the map.
Oh dear, that
Never mind.
is really
Abort mission.
unfortunate.
There are 2 Hellions here.
Oh, Roxas, sweetie, you play too much Dota. You need to play more
That explains a
StarCraft.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, there's the run by. This is, yeah, you really can't get Hellions in a much better position than that.
I think Crankcat is exploiting the way that Roxas played this map exceptionally well, to be quite honest.
Yes.
By just abusing the openness of this, the choice of 3rd base. I still like this, by the way. I just think it could have been defended better. By exploiting the openness and undefended nature of the outside 3rd base, get a lot of drone kills, force attention there, and then when there's the fresh base spawning in the natural, it's going to be later when the Banshee flies in. It's likely to be undeveloped. Banshee got a lot of kills there. Rockers made 99 drones there, but that was also his problem.
He lost 52 of them. That's the other problem.
Yeah.
Well, I think
So-
that's just a very quick cut example of how to play aggressive Hellion Banshee. Very, very nicely played by Crankcat, and good try by my friend Roxas. Sorry it didn't work out for you, brother. And without further ado, we're just going to go on a quick break. We'll be right back with the next game.
Alright, guys. Gem and I are back for the last game of today's subreddit war. We'll also be back tomorrow, I believe, so got to tune in there. Last map of today is going to be Nimbus at a PvP. And as a Zerg who used to play Terran, PvP is actually one of my favorite matchups, genuinely. So I'm excited for this one.
Oh, good. I like PvP too.
Calling in as the blue Protoss player in the bottom right of Nimbus, we have Dream. Bottom left-hand side of Nimbus, we have as the red Protoss, Fury the Bard.
No, well, PvP is probably my favorite map. Well, maybe it's, I don't know if it's my favorite, but I think it's really fun and interesting. A lot of people would say otherwise, but that's not the point. This, well, I like this matchup. This is actually my least favorite map for it. Nimbus, because like the in-base natural, it's very hard to do any sort of early game like things, except for maybe like a proxy Stargate or something, but it's hard to be aggressive early on in this map, so it tends to be extremely passive. So it ends up to be leading to some boring games sometimes, which is why I vetoed it. I'm someone who plays aggressive early game PvP, even if it's not all not just all ends, but like I'm not one to just do like one gate robo expand every game and just never attack. Like I hate that. So that's why I don't like this map in PvP in general. But even though it is a 4-player map, even if you gateway scout, you can get to every base by the time before their cybercore unit is out. So you can scout any base if you 13 gateway scout. So even though it's a 4-player map, it's actually kind of small for PvP. So it tends to be pretty passive.
Yeah, so if it is going to be a passive playstyle, we're going to get to 2, maybe 3 bases. What army compositions do you expect? Like, I know the Colossus is pretty significant, but we also see like Charge Lord, Immortal Archon compositions coming out more recently, right?
Yeah, but on this map, Colossus is way better due to the fact that there's so many ramps and there's so many choke points. There's not really a spot where you can get a good engagement with the Mortal Archon. You need a lot of wide open spaces, and other than the middle of the map by the Watchtower, that's not really anywhere on this map. So Colossus is like kind of all you need to, or the only thing you can really do on this map effectively, and that's why passive play is so good on this map, because like it's so hard to break the Colossus player in 3 base on this map, because there's like hardly anywhere to get into their actual base and like split them up at all. They just can sit there and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I agree. Makes a lot of sense given this map layout. I've never personally seen pro games the Archon Immortal comp, so not on this map. I guess we'll be waiting to see what kind of tech comes down first here. What would you expect? I mean, I think Stargate might work out okay. Stargate or Robo. I don't see Twilight Council working because Blink wouldn't really blink anywhere on this map. Can't really.
Yeah, Blink isn't good on this map. Blink's not very good on this map. Like you said, you can't really blink anywhere. Robo expands are really good, which looks like what Red is doing, but he did an extremely fast Nexus. Like, that's very fast. He did it before Warp Gate, before a Sentry, before Mothership. He doesn't have a Mothership Core, which is actually really bad. You need a Mothership Core to defend early pushes in PvP all the time. He's getting it very, very late. After the Robo even, and he's not even fully saturated on his gases, so it's not even like he had constant gas income either. So this is a really late Mothership Core. If Dream was doing any sort of if he was doing a 3-gate, he's
4-gate even.
He's 4-gating. So yeah, basically this is gonna be hard to defend because he's only got 1 gateway. He's gonna have a Robo, but it's not gonna have an Immortal out in time because he doesn't have an overcharge to buy time for it. So it's going to be really hard for him to defend this 4-gate if it comes at a good time. Like, unless Dream like takes for frickin' ever to actually attack. If he like actually attacks with the 4-gate like when it's supposed to, then this might just win.
Might just win. That being said, from Curry's point of view, he will have 3 consecutive force fields that he can use to
not if this Mothership Core kills him. Oh
but...
no, the Mothership Core should be attacking. You can kill 2 sentries with the Mothership Core. They don't actually kill them fast enough. He could have easily killed at least one of those.
Okay, so now it's a question of, is Curry watching the front of his base? That's basically all it's coming down to right now. And oh no, he just made a Phoenix. That's really poor. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that's not necessarily a bad decision there.
It sucks because he didn't scout. If he scouted, he would have known this was coming better. This might be. Oh wait, he's gonna have enough for an overcharge if he puts the militia fort back. He needs 2 more seconds and he'll be able to get it. He does have an Artosis pylon though, so that's gonna be a little unfortunate. He's not gonna be. Oh, well, he's backing up. He could have easily targeted that and depowered all the production pretty much. But he needs to make a Robo or an Immortal, not of the Robo. There we go. That's good. And he just needs to get as much units out as he possibly can. But it's gonna be really difficult because he hasn't had Warpgate the entire time that Dream has.
That's true. So we are going to have 3 Stalkers walking in. We do also have the money for another Gateway coming down soon, and I'd probably like to see that because you really need units out right now. Like, this overcharge is buying time for a minute, but Stalker count here is so high for Dream. We have 10 Stalkers right now against 3. The 1 Immortal is going to help, but we really want to see that climb to 2 or 3 before that's going to be really helpful to defend. Like, Dream can just focus fire with one Immortal down if he wants to.
Yeah. He also needs to be chrono boosting his gateways so that way he gets non-stop production as fast as possible. That Artosis pylon is also going to go down now. He's not even going to be able to make out of those 3 gateways, so this is going to be... It's not gonna be defended. I was gonna say it's gonna be really hard to defend because it's actually impossible at this point. He's not even making another Immortal. The Stalker count is just too high. There's a GG, and that was an extremely quick end to this little Subvert Award day. Wow.
Yeah. So blue is pretty OP. Nerf blue, Blizzard. I believe blue is 4 or 5 points ahead of the red team right now. I'm not entirely certain of the scores, but I think red only has 2 or maybe 3 points. So
red does?
Nerf blue.
Oh
yeah,
no,
no, blue.
Wait, blue's
blue
down?
is very much ahead. Red is like 2 or 3
yeah,
points.
okay, yeah, good. Blue's the superior color in every possible way.
Oh. Proven by the subreddit war so far. We'll have to
Blue up
see if
7-4.
7-4. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess you guys will have to come back tomorrow. I believe it's the same time. Let me double check.
Yeah, I think it is.
Same time tomorrow, and we will have another set of, I believe it's 10 games.
Yeah,
Wrap up
maybe
the
red
subreddit
can
war.
make that sick comeback. I doubt it though, because blue is just kind of superior in every way to red. Never in my life would I ever say red is better than blue. I think you can go to hell for saying that.
We also have people on tomorrow such as Anus Explorer, Red. Great name.
What?
Flag Force.
Did you say his name was Anus Explorer?
I did. Yeah, well, that's his
Oh
red
my
name.
god, can I be a fan of that guy forever? I don't even care who he is, I just want to like
so
that person.
there's a
That's
reason
an
to
amazing
tune in.
name.
There's also the head of Gosu Pizza and a bunch of other stuff that he's doing. I'm not entirely certain, but I recognize the name Lycangrope.
Yeah, and he's the guy that does Gosu Pizza in the late game.
Yeah, so he's on tomorrow as well. He's playing in a Terran versus Protoss on Secret Spring, so that'll be cool to watch. We've got a few new maps again, a few old maps. We've got Frost coming back tomorrow, Habitation Station, Daybreak. A few current maps. The current map we got Overgrowth. That's the only current. We got a couple of new seasons. We got Inferno Pools. We have Secret Spring, and we got a few new ones that community made as well. So just as good as today. Hope to see you guys here tomorrow.
Yep, I won't be able to cast because I'll probably have work, but I at least enjoyed the couple games here today.
Casting with me, Gemini. It was a pleasure.
Oh my goodness. Don't flatter me so.
Well, I guess that's that.
Word, I guess, are we closing it out? Okay, cool. Word. See you, everyone. Thanks for coming.
I've decided we are. There we go.
Alright, word. Rip on, everyone. Thanks for coming. I love you all. Each and every one of you.
Even the Terrans and Zergs.
No, not them, sorry. I'm just kidding. See you. Rip on, mates.